Hello, preschoolers. Today we're going to read a fun ABC book by Dr. Seuss. And we're going to practice the sounds for the letters today. Are you ready to practice with me? Here we go. Do you know what the first letter is in the alphabet? That's right, letter A. Big A, little a. What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator. A. Big B, little b. What begins with B? Barber, baby, bubbles, and a bumblebee. So B sounds like Big C, little c. What begins with C? Camel on the ceiling. C. So letter C has two sounds that it makes. It makes the sound for camel, and then sometimes it also sounds like letter S, like in the word ceiling. Big D, little d. David, Donald, do dreamed a dozen donuts and a duck dog too. Wow, that's an interesting dream. A, B, C, D, E. Ear, egg, elephant. E. Big F, little f. F. Four fluffy feathers on a fiffer. It's kind of hard to say. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Goat, girl, goo, goggles, G. Big H, little h. Hungry, horse, hay. Hen in a hat, hooray. So H goes like hen and hat. Big I, little I. Ichabod is itchy. So am I. So Ichabod, itchy, starts with letter I. I makes that sound sometimes that you hear in Ichabod and itchy. And then it also makes the sound that you hear for the word I. I is one of the letters that sometimes says its own name, I. Big J, little j. What begins with J? Jerry, Jordan, jelly jar, and jam begin that way. Ooh, lots of J sounds. J. Big K, little k. Kitten, kangaroo. Kick a kettle, kite, and a king's kerchoo. Because he sneezed, he went kerchoo. Lots of K words there. Big L, little Lola Lop, left leg, lazy lion, licks a lollipop. La. Sound for L. Big M, little m. Many mumbling mice are making midnight music in the moonlight. Mighty nice. M for M. Big N, little n. What begins with those? 9 new neckties and a nightshirt and a nose. Oh, there's the nose. Neckties, nightshirt, nose. I'll start with letter N. O is very useful. You use it when you say Oscar's only ostrich oiled an orange owl today. So O can sound like like Oscar and ostrich. And it also says its name O for only. A, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. That's right, P, letter P. Painting pink pajamas, policeman in a pail, Peter Pepper's puppy, and now Papa's in the pail. Ooh, that's kind of tricky to say. Peter Pepper's puppy. Can you say that? See if you can say it quickly. Peter Pepper's puppy. Peter Pepper's puppy. That's what we call a tongue twister. When you say something that has a lot of the same letter sounds and you say it quickly. Peter Pepper's puppy. Big Q, little Q, what begins with Q? The quick Queen of Quincy and her quacking quackaroo. Oh, that must be a quackaroo. So that's a sound for Q. Quack, quack, quack. Big R, little R, Rosie, Robin, Ross. Rosie's going riding on her red rhinoceros. Red rhinoceros. Brr, brr, brr. Big S, little s, silly Sammy Slick sipped 6 sodas and got sick, sick, sick. There's another one of those tongue twisters, all with the same S sound. Silly Sammy Slick sipped 6 sodas. That would be hard to say fast. Silly Sammy Slick sipped 6 sodas. T, 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 T. What begins with T? 10 tired turtles on a tuttle tuttle tree. Oh, this must be a tuttle tree, and the turtles are very tired. That's a sound for T. Turtle, tired, tuttle. Big U, little U. What begins with U? Uncle Ub's umbrella and his underwear too. Is a sound for U. But sometimes U also says its name and makes a U sound. Big V, little V. Vera Violet Finn is very, very, very awful on her violin. Oh no, she must not play the violin well because they're covering their ears. Vera Violet Vin. That's the sound for V. W, W, W. Willie Waterloo washes Warren Wiggins, who is washing Waldo Woo. Washing Waldo Woo. Sound for W. X is very useful if your name is Nixie Knox. It also comes in handy spelling axe and extra fox. So X is one of those words that we often, or one of those letters that we often find in the middle or the end of a word rather than at the beginning. Like in Nixie and at the end of Knox and axe and fox, and with letter X, X sound. Big Y, little y, a yawning, yellow yak. Young Yolanda Jorgensen is yelling on his back. Oh, she's yelling. So yak and Yolanda and yellow start with Y. Yeah. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and what letter comes next? I'll bet you know. Z. Big Z, little z. What begins with C? I do. I am a zizzer, zazzer, zuzz, as you can plainly see. Ooh, that's a fun one to say too. Zizzer, zazzer, zuzz. Lots of Z sounds there. And that is the end of our book. There are all the letters. Let's take a look at some of those letters. Let's look at, let's see, letter B. Barber, baby, bubbles, and a bumblebee. So the sound for B is b, b, b. Can you think of any other words that start with B besides barber, baby, bubbles, bumblebee? I thought of one. Boy and boat. See if you can think of some more B words. Let's try another one. How about, let's see, M. Many mumbling mice are making midnight music in the moonlight, mighty nice. So mumbling mice, moonlight. What else starts with M, with that M sound? M. I thought of one. Milk. And mom. Mom starts with M too. Can you think of some more words that start with M? Good. All right, let's try another one. Ooh, S. Silly Sammy Slick sipped 6 sodas and got sick, sick, sick. Ooh, lots of S words there. Sammy and slick and sodas and sick. What else starts with letter S? Snake. Yep. And sunshine and sand. Those are more letters that start with S. Should we try the last letter? Let's try letter Z. Zizzer, zazzer, zuzz. That's what our book has for the letter Z sound. Zizzer, zazzer, zuzz. Can you think of some other words that start with Z? Like zebra. And what else? Zipper. And zoo. See if you can think of some more words that start with letter Z. So that's kind of a fun game to play with someone at home. Think of the letters of the alphabet and see if you can think of words that start with that letter. And maybe count to see how many words you can think of. You could pick the letter that starts your name and see how many other things start with that letter too, and count how many that you and someone at home can think of together. So that's a fun activity to try at home to practice letter sounds. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.